If you're still using VLOOKUP, I guarantee that by the end of this video, you'll stop using it. Today, I'll show you how to ditch VLOOKUP and master XLOOKUP, the single most powerful function in Excel for finding and matching data. It's faster, smarter, and you can even use it to search in reverse. Let's dive in. For this example, I have two sheets. One contains customer information, and the other contains order information. And the two are linked together through the customer ID. Let's compare the two by first trying to do this with VLOOKUP. So let's say I want to get the customer ID and find out the region that they belong to. So starting with VLOOKUP, so for VLOOKUP, you'll see that it needs a lookup value, a table array, an index number for the column, and lastly, an exact or approximate match. So we want to look for the customer ID, and we want to look for this customer ID in the customer sheet. And now I select all of my columns, and now the index number. So this is the annoying part where you have to select or count the columns. So in our case, the region is in column number 3. And lastly, we just need to tell it if we want an approximate match or an exact match. In most cases, you will want the false exact match. So as you can see, it's populated all of the regions based on the customer ID, and you'll notice at the very end, we have a customer ID that was not found in the customer table. And what this shows us is an ugly looking NA value. In contrast, let's try to do this with XLOOKUP. So as you can see, XLOOKUP is a lot more simple. So all we're looking for is the lookup value, the lookup array, and the return. And optionally, you can also handle mismatches or not found values. So again, I'm looking for the customer ID, and we're looking for this in the customer table. And this time you only select a column. There's no need to select a number of columns or the whole table. So I will select customer ID here. And for the third value is what we want to return. So in our case, it is the region. And now, as the optional step, I will also tell it to give me a message if it's not found. So as you saw, this was a lot cleaner, simpler, faster, and with the added bonus of not having the ugly NA value if it's not found. So as you could see, it's given me the not found text that I've specified in my formula. And you can also switch this for any other value you'd like to have. Another shortcoming of VLOOKUP is that it only searches in one direction, left to right. If we take a look at this example of the customer table structure, if we had the customer ID to the right of the region, then VLOOKUP would not be able to perform this. Let's have a look. So we will try to do the same thing we initially did with the VLOOKUP. So again, we select the customer ID, and we go to our second deviation of the sheet, and we select the whole table, and we want to get column number 2. As you can see, it did not recognize that because it didn't find the customer ID to the left of the region. However, XLOOKUP is a lot smarter than that and can get us the values regardless of the positioning. So again, we just give it the customer ID. And in the new customer table, we just tell it to look for the customer ID here and to return the region. And in this case, I will not give it the optional error handling. And you see how it was simply so quick and easy to get these values from there. This feature alone could save you a ton of time restructuring your data. And as you saw with VLOOKUP, you always had to remember to put false or 0 at the end of the formula for an exact match. If you forgot to do that, you would have risked getting the wrong data. However, with XLOOKUP, exact match is the default. This drastically reduces your chances of making a critical error in your data analysis. You only need to use the match mode argument if you want to switch to a partial or approximate match. So, there you have it. XLOOKUP is the clear winner. It's flexible, handles errors internally, and is much safer to use. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if this video saved you a headache, and let me know if you're now going to switch to XLOOKUP permanently. Thanks for watching.